Hey everybody, thank you all for tuning in here. Coach KP here, Week 3 recap on KP Fumblers football team, fantasy football coach here. Um, I'm just going to get right into it and just going to look at it. We'll just look at the points because that's what happened, you know. Everything else going on, it don't matter. It all comes down to what they call points. And that's what determines who wins and who loses, is who gets the most points opposed to who gets the fewest points. In fantasy, you get fewer points, you lose. Your team loses. Now, is that a direct reflection of me? Because I'll go ahead and tell you. Points for this week's game, 87. Coach KP Fumblers, 87 points, opposed to 143 points by Coach KP 3-0. That was the team. That was the team that beat the KP Fumblers. Coach KP 3-0. What can you do about that? What's there to say? We took another loss. It's what happened. You know? We got any questions on that? Huh? Anything that anybody want to say about a loss?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to say something. It's me, Mr. Handy Reporter here. What contributed to your loss, Coach KP?
I'm just going to go through this real quick. Bottom line. What contributed to the loss? Well, it didn't help that Coach KP 0-3 coach John Clan decided to do a lot of taunting this week and throw me, Coach KP, off my game. That doesn't help nobody. That doesn't help fantasy. That doesn't help anybody in the whole league. It doesn't help the real players. It doesn't help fantasy. Doesn't help me. You think it helped him? Well, it did help him. But that's just the way that went. Other things that happened. T. Higgins. T. Higgins, my player. T. Higgins, 4 points. I was expecting 20-something points out of him. You know, that would have got us. That would have got us more points. That would have put us up there. Devontae Smith, 6 points. I was expecting 20-plus points from that man. That's underwhelming, is what they call that. Underwhelming, and that's not contributing to the KP Fumblers. I don't appreciate that. Now, are we gonna just jump the gun and replace them? No, they're professionals. They're good at what they do. We drafted them accordingly. Everybody has a bad game every now and then, and that's what happened there. Next week, hopefully they get some good practices in. You know, Devontae Smith just had a baby. He ain't getting a lot of sleep at night. You know, what can you say about that? So what are we gonna do? We're gonna see if we can call his mother-in-law and see if she can step up and maybe watch that baby some for him. You know, let that man get some sleep. He's a professional. He's got a family to feed now, right? So, you know, there's going to be some other people outside of the team that need to help up and step up and help him to where he can focus and get the KP Fumblers some actual points in the game. So, you know, that's 2 things right there. So, not happy with Higgins, but we'll see how that goes. Everybody has a bad game every now and then.
I got another question. How are you going to make good on your bet that you have with Coach John Clan?
That's a good question. There was a bet made with Coach John Clan, and that trade's inactive right now. You can go to the trading board, and you can see I've got, you know, basically our best player on the trading block right now for one of Coach John Clan's quarterbacks. And that'd be up to him whether he takes, you know, because he said he'd take that bet. And so, you know, Coach KP, he's a man of his word. And I put that trade out there, and I fully expect him to pick that up. He could use a backup quarterback on his team, and he might even use Hurts as his first quarterback. Now, I went ahead and did the trade for Russell Wilson. Now, you might say, well, that's Hall of Fame quarterback. He ain't going to take that trade. Well, he might. He might take that trade, or he might counter that trade for Trevor Lawrence, which is his starting quarterback currently for Hurts. But that's going to be up to him. The ball is in his court, and it's up to him to either serve it back to me or not. You know, that's football terminology there at its finest. And we're going to see how that plays out.
Hello, everybody. Are you tired of the everyday monotony of life? You ready for a vacation? Maybe not just one, just going to the beach and having a great time, enjoying the sun and the sand. Maybe something with a little less salt. Maybe something that's a little bit more funner. Maybe something like Quiet Woods Green River Stables, Horse Camp and RV Park, where you can do all types of stuff, such as where you can enjoy fishing, water sports, swimming, floating, skipping rocks, boating, golf carting, hiking, biking, walking, camping, and RVing, horseback riding, relaxing. So give us a call when you're ready for a great adventure vacation with Quiet Woods Green River Stables at 270-789-4525 or book online at greenriverstables.com.
That's how that went, and we'll see how that goes. That's up in the air. It's up in the air. See how that lands. I'll take one more.
Thank you for taking one more question from me, Reporter Handy, from Handy News.
Let's get on with it here.
How are you going to turn your great team around this season to start getting wins?
Well, that's looking forward to the future, you know. Right now, you can say what you want, but I've got professional football players on my fantasy team. These men are out there making a lot of money to play real football, and that's why I draft them. That's why I draft them, because they're actually out on a field, making money, feeding their families, doing this. And that's why they're on my team. So it's early in the season. So how am I going to turn this around? Sometimes you just got to sit and wait and marinate. That's what you got to do. Sit, wait, marinate. And that's what you got to do. You got to put the faith that you had when draft came around, and you had all the confidence in the world in these men and these players. You got to give them time to come around, to kind of mature in their roles throughout the season, and let these teams cultivate and come to head and become a team. And then that's when the points are going to come. That's when the points are going to come to the KP Fumblers, and that's what we're going to see early in the season right now. So we got a lot of play time left, and we got a lot of points to get. And so turning this around, it's just a waiting game. Right now, it's just a waiting game. You know, we got Akers. Akers just got traded to the Vikings, and so last week, did he play for KP Fumblers? No, he didn't play at all. And he sat out for the Vikings. They sat him out, you know. So this week he's going to play. He's going to play. We're going to put him in. We're going to expect big points out of that man. You know, I expect 20-something plus points out of him. In fact, I want points for the weeks that he didn't get me points. So I want 60, 70 points out of him. I don't expect anybody else touch that ball on Minnesota Vikings except for him. It's what I expect. That's how I expect to get 70, 80 points out of him. So that's going to be big. That's going to be big. He's going to be doing a good job for them and for us at the same time. Another one that we picked up draft day, Christensen Watson from Green Bay, wide receiver. He ain't played a lick yet, but he's still got an injury, got a leg injury. We're looking at him coming off injured reserve probably this week, maybe next. So, and this is where it comes back to sit and wait and trust what you did on draft day, and that's what Coach KP is going to do. You know, I could freak out. I could go to the waiver wire. I could just I could get rid of everybody on my team. But why would I do that? They're still out there playing. They're going to get the ball. They're going to get points for me. What am I going to do? Pick up second-rate nobodies? No. I got good players. We're just going to give them time to mature and start getting points. And they're going to have some easier games coming up. They're all playing some real hard games right now. You look at that when you look at your game log. It'll tell you right there if it's a green game or red game. Bottom line, that tells you. If it's red, they're going to have to play harder. Because red means hard game. That's what it means. Green means easy game. You should expect more points when it's green. So that's just advice that you're going to get right here from Coach KP. You won't get that from anybody else. Nobody else is going to tell you that. That's free advice right there. And that's going to help everybody out. That helps the whole league out. If you see that it's green, that's going to be an easy game for your guy. You should expect more points. And that's what you got to do. So look at that kind of stuff. But I'm not happy about the loss that we had. I'm looking forward to week 4. All right, and that's it. That's going to be it for this week. We're going to see how it goes in week 4. Here we go. Good game, everybody.